Check it out.
It's so cool for hanging out.
It helps you grow up big and tall.
It's good for teeth.
And that's not all.
It does. Hey, Mr. Moo, what do you say?
Fresh moo juice makes my day.
Milk, it does a body good.
Pass it on.
Milk, it does.
Milk, it does a body.
Milk, it does a body good.
Pass it on. Pass it on.
The night starts ordinary with forever friends. It's extraordinary. Here's Plushy Tail, Cozy Tail, and Snowy Tail too.
Each sold separately.
Outer Tail and Rosy Tail came to see you. All dolled up with forever friends. Making long tails always makes us smile. Looks so right with forever friends. 'Cause now we're all dolled up with style.
Plushy Tail comes with everything you see here. Other Forever Friends sold separately. New from Kenner.
We will return after these messages.
Four batteries not included.
Hi, my name is Teddy Ruxpin. Can you and I be friends? I really...
Everybody out.
Then, one day, we found an old treasure map. Let's write.
Teddy Ruxpin comes with illustrated book and cassette from Worlds of Wonder.
Kellogg's Rice Krispies, the part of this complete breakfast that goes... Kellogg's Rice Krispies. Have you heard how good they are?
We now return to the real Ghostbusters.
We will return after these messages.
Breakfast with my Fruity Pebbles.
Tricking Fred out of his pebbles is always an adventure.
Uh-oh, the natives are restless.
I'll save the pebbles.
Big Rock Jones!
Tastes fruity-licious.
Barney!
Time to get into the swing of things.
Post Fruity and Cocoa Pebble cereal, part of this nutritious breakfast. Yabba dabba delicious.
A new racing team is shifting into gear. Mask.
Pull over, Bullet. Oh, got a bit of iguana on my tail. Bulldog, prepared to assist.
Mask vehicles each sold separately with a figure.
Hand over the bike or feel my blade. Engage hover mode. We're going fishing.
Mask,
Bulldog, fire!
where illusion is the ultimate weapon. Mask, Bulldog, Iguana, and Bullet each sold separately. New from Kenner.
Give me an X. Give me an O. Give me tic-tac-toe. Wherever I go, it's X's and O's. Makes me feel so hungry for my tic-tac-toes. They're so tasty. Chef Boyardee's.
Tic-tac-toes.
New tic-tac-toes, a good hot meal. And when you get 3 X's or O's on your spoon, you win.
Thank goodness for Chef Boyardee.
Tic-tac-toes.
With and without meatballs.
Nowhere to feel those 3 musketeers.
All right, remember, stick to the game plan.
Right. Point 1, make them come to you. Point 2, never look hungry.
Oh, they're so big on chocolate. Yeah, chocolate after here.
Let's not forget point 3. What's that? No, when points 1 and 2 aren't working.
It's hard to keep them under wraps, those 3 musketeers.
There's magic in the air and surprises everywhere.
Hard nuts out of the way. Here we come. Move over.
Adventure here, action there. Catch the Ewoks if you dare. Today.
I thought I'd tried it all. Then one day, new Hostess Chocobliss. Whoa, check that super chocolatey icing.
Awesome! Ooh!
Hey, whipped chocolatey cream inside.
XO!
2 Devils food cakes. Come on, how chocolatey can it taste?
Want some?
New Hostess Choco Bliss is chocolatey on top of chocolatey with chocolatey in between.
Yow!
New Hostess Choco Bliss is triple chocolatey out of control.
Yeah.
Grandpa, tell me the Sun-Kissed story again.
Ah, the magical land of the Sun-Kissed factory. And only their sweetest and juiciest oranges ever wear the Sun-Kissed name.
Hey, guys, what you listening to?
Pop music. Snap, crackle pop music.
Can I listen too?
Sure, just pour the milk.
Snap, crackle, pop, talking just for you. That's some sound system.
Kellogg's Rice Krispies, the talking part of this complete breakfast.
Rice Krispies is always music to your ears.
M&M's, peanut chocolate candies. You can share them. You can shake them. You can get outrageous with them. One snack packet free at Rice Krispies.
Live from Hollywood, it's the Bet You Buy the Chip Show, starring me. And now, I'll be the first contestant to bite a Chips Ahoy cookie without biting a chip. I bit a chip, but I'm cool. Hey, it's like a chocolate chip party going on here.
Sam, your homework.
Chips Ahoy, original in the blue bag, chewy in the red. Bet you bite a chip.
Sunday, Haley Mills is all grown up
Go for it, Mom.
and about to be trapped.
If we could get our parents together, they get married.
But they'll need help.
She's my mom's twin sister.
It's double deja vu. In The Parent Trap, Part 2. Tomorrow.
And now, these messages.
Hear anything? Negative.
Sun-Kissed searches and searches for fun fruit trees. The only tree is funny enough
I found it!
to grow sun-kissed fun fruits. Every chewy one is real fruity fun. And now we've discovered new sun-kissed fun fruits, Cream Supremes. They're covered with yogurt and filled with fun. New sun-kissed fun fruits, Cream Supremes.
It's coming, and it tastes so sweet. You'll hop when you eat Kellogg's Honey Smacks.
Tastes so sweet. I dig them.
You'll hop when you eat. Ding them.
Make it jump for joy, every girl and boy. Kellogg's Honey Smacks.
A honey sweet part of this nutritious breakfast.
Dig 'em.
What are those kids up to? Tastes so sweet. You'll hop when you eat. Dig 'em.
Kellogg's Honey Smacks.
Cronin takes the ball at the top of the key. He pumps.
Jerry!
3 points! He's double-teamed. He's driving over the top. Slam dunk for Jerry! What moves? Cronin steals. They're all over him. He breaks loose. Swish! Jerry! You know, ever since I got this Nerf hoop, I don't mind going to my room to do my homework.
Jerry, are you studying?
Cronin shoots from midcourt. Yes! Does this kid ever miss?
There's only one Nerf.
Getting into drugs and being high is a stupid thing to do. Being original and take a stand. You're free to say no. Don't let a friend push you in to taking drugs. You got a right to say no.
We will return after these messages.
Ronald McDonald in Hoppin' for Fries.
Hop this way for McDonald's French fries. It's a hopsticle course. Let's get hopping.
It's a good time for the great taste.
Oh, they're never more than a hop, skip, and a jump away.
Of McDonald's.
Dear, Timmy's making a picture of New Tang again.
New Tang breakfast beverage crystals. Are you ready? Now with all natural flavors. Are you ready for the big orange taste of New Tang?
Twix puts the dig in your gig. It puts the boom into your beat. Puts the rhythm in your beat. Keeps you rocking along. Puts the soul into your song. You can keep on moving with Twix. Chocolate caramel satisfaction. Like crispy cookie, get you back in the action.
There's nothing to sticks, a Twix can't fix.
You can keep on moving with Twix. Caramel or peanut butter Twix.
This is the city. These are the people. There are the ghosts. And here are the heroes we've come to love. When there's a war to be won, they'll get it done.
Not funny.
The real Ghostbusters today.
We'll return after these messages.
It's that time of year again, and Cadbury has hatched up milk chocolate mini eggs for Easter, made with Cadbury's dairy milk chocolate. Inside the crisp sugar shell is a chunk of thick and creamy Cadbury's dairy milk chocolate. That's why mini eggs give you a chocolate experience that is so special. Although Easter isn't here yet, Cadbury's mini eggs are. So discover for yourself which comes first, the bunnies or the eggs.
Give me an X. Give me an O. Give me tic-tac-toe. Wherever I go, it's X's and O's. Makes me feel so hungry for my tic-tac-toes. They're so tasty. Chef Boyardee's.
Tic-tac-toes. New tic-tac-toes, a good hot meal. And when you get 3 X's or O's on your spoon, you win.
Thank goodness for Chef Boyardee.
Tic-tac-toes. With and without meatballs.
Yeah. Why my mom should take me to Showbiz Pizza by Jeffrey Allen Adams. It's because I have been good at school and home, and I have not picked fights with my sister. Very much.
Hey, little brother, come and have a ball. At Showbiz Pizza, you'll be walking tall. You can laugh, be a kid, you can wet your legs. Showbiz Pizza, where a kid can be a kid.
Thanks, Mom.
You work so hard, now have some fun. And yum it up with a new kind of bubble yum. Yum it up. Lemon and lime at the same time. 2 flavors in one. Yum it up. Strawberry and banana combined in one bubble yum. You're working hard, now have some fun. Yum it up with bubble yum bubble gum. I love to yum it up.
2 flavors in one. New luscious lime and banana berry split.
Yum it up with bubble yum.
Milk it does.
Milk does body.
Milk it does a body good.
Pass it on.
Check it out.
It's so cool for hanging out.
It helps you grow up big and tall.
It's good for teeth.
And that's not all.
It does. Hey, Mr. Moo, what do you say?
Fresh moo juice makes my day. Milk, it does a body good. Pass it on.
Milk it does.
Milk, it does a body.
Milk it does a body good.
Pass it on. Pass it on.
When delicious peanutty cream comes together with a crunchy candy shell, what you got is Reese's Pieces, one great tasting candy. In a crazy world where things don't always fit, it's great to know there are some that do. Reese's Pieces, the winning combination.
Oh, 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 my best friend and an Oreo cookie. She loves the crunchy chocolate. I like the creamy middle. Been eating them this way since we were very little. We'll always be friends with O-R-E-O. Friends are better when you pair them. Oreos are better when you share them.
Oreo cookies. Share them.
Nabisco.
Hi there, time for Timer, your roving reporter. I'm talking to you from inside a fantastic factory, your digestive system. You know what we build here? You! Not out of wood or metal, but out of food. You see, you are what you eat, from your head down to your feet. Things like meat and eggs and fish you need to build up muscle tissue. Uh-oh. Hello, appetite control, more protein. We need energy. Playing tennis today, you know. Whoops. All these motors in your body need a lot of fuel to go on, like carbohydrates, fats, and proteins, vitamins, and so on. What's left over forms the building blocks you need, indeed, to grow on. Yes, you are what you swallow, so that next time you feel hollow, don't just fill your face with any old kind of treat. This goes for every kid or 6-foot athlete. All you really are is what you eat.
Wait for me.
There's magic in the air and surprises everywhere.
Hard nuts out of the way. Here we come. Move over.
Adventure here, action there. Catch the Ewoks if you dare. Today.
And now these messages.
I'd like to thank the guy who changed the straw and made my high see better than before. Who put the straw in my high see fruit drink? A new cool straw that wiggles your man. A new long straw in my high see fruit drink with vitamin C for me and my friend. Who was that man? I'd like to shake his hand. He made my high see cooler than before.
If Monday's bad or Tuesday's sad, make a Saturday.
That's a Sunday.
Wednesday rains or Thursday's gray, make a Saturday.
Looks like a Sunday.
Instead of half a banana and a pineapple ring, add yogurt creamy smooth. Pop a grape on top, and that's a Saturday for you. Make a weekend treat any day of the week. Make a Saturday.
Now that's a Saturday.
Space exploring is hard work.
Yeah, now I've got to refuel myself.
I know. Let's go to the Milky Way.
That'll hit the spot.
The fun's just starting. Quick will make it rich, chocolatey.
Delicious.
Ah, Quick really puts me in orbit.
Nestle Quick, the taste that gets you going.
What's scary? Bounces and has a face only a mother could love.
Ugly Ball.
You can get one free from Bunker's Chewy Candy by sending 10 outside wrappers to Bunker's Ugly Ball, Box 1197, Grand Rapids, Minnesota.
Ugly Balls from Bunkers.
You'll love them.
I'm rooting for a terrific flavor from Bonkers Chewy Candy. Chewy chocolate Bonkers. Rich chocolate outside, dark fudge inside.
The delicious chocolatey taste of chewy chocolate Bonkers bonks you out. On The Health Show with Kathleen Sullivan. Chances are you had cereal for breakfast. Find out why some are better for you than others. On The Health Show later today.
The Legoland Solar Power Transporter. You can build this transport pretending you're on Mars. The box shows ways to change it by snapping off the cars. You can snap them back together and get a scouting craft, or match them with the lasers for a base defender craft. You can make up something wild, supercharged and new. The sky's the limit when the team is Legoland in you. There are 19 space sets you can collect, each sold separately. The Solar Power Transporter is part of the Legoland Space Collection and has hundreds of bricks for building from Lego Systems.
They don't hang around in ladies' clubs or in a three-piece suit. They're too big to call them dainty, too big to call them cute. Yeah, they're so big on chocolate. Ooh, chocolate out to here. It's hard to keep them on around those three musketeers.
So, gentlemen, what's on the agenda for this evening? Oh, I am up for the time of my life. Can that be done for under $7?
Musketeers.
To get that great berry taste in Crunch Berry cereal, Captain Crunch sails high seas to a land filled with fruits of danger. There grow the sweetest, juiciest berries, but they're still not Crunch Berries. No, not till Crunch Power locks their sweet berry taste in, so it's tough to sog out. And only then does Captain Crunch return.
With my tasty Crunch Berries for kids everywhere.
What a cereal.
Crunch Berries are a very good part of a balanced breakfast.
Ronald McDonald and friends in
Keeping up for breakfast.
I love morning exercises. The music.
And having breakfast at McDonald's when we're done.
Oh, yummy. Let's exercise faster. Oh, here we go. I love going for a spin.
It's a good time for the great taste.
A good breakfast at McDonald's.
enough.
The world looks mighty good to me, 'cause Tootsie Rolls are all I see. Whatever it is I think I see becomes a Tootsie Roll to me. Tootsie Roll, power, won't you chocolatey chew? Tootsie Roll, I think I'm in love with you. Whatever it is I think I see becomes a Tootsie Roll to me.
I just love Cookie Crisp cereal.
Taking to the faster?
Not me. I'm on a roll. It tastes like little chocolate chip cookies.
And it's a crispy part of this complete breakfast. Well, Cookie Crisp.
I know. Another white hop.
If you like cookies, you'll love Cookie Crisp.
Cookie Crisp. This ball isn't normal. The high bounce ball.
And now you can get one ball free in Cookie Crisp cereal. You can collect them in 5 dazzling colors. These high bounce balls
I'm Captain O.G. Rebor. My motto's tried and true. Read a book today, I bet you'll say O.G. I'll read more too.
We'll return after these messages.
Hey, what's all the fuss, Penguin? Expecting company?
Oh, yes. The lucky winners of the post-cereal SeaWorld sweepstakes. Yippee!
You could win a trip to SeaWorld when you enter the sweepstakes on the free poster of Shamu, inside specially marked boxes of honeycomb and super golden crisp cereal. Winners get to meet Shamu, and all the winter get SeaWorld stickers. Details on specially marked boxes. Odds of winning determined by entries received. For free entry, write Post P.O. Box 853A, Churchill, Maryland, 21690. Maybe you'll win.
Twizzlers make me very happy. I love the way they taste so chewy. Twizzlers make me very happy.
We love the way they taste so fruity, so chewy, so happy and oh so juicy.
Twizzlers make me very happy.
Twizzlers make your mouth so very happy.
Oh, so happy. Milk it does.
Milk does body.
Milk it does a body good.
Pass it on.
Check it out.
It's so cool for hanging out. It helps you grow up big and tall.
It's good for teeth. And that's not all. It does. Hey, Mr. Moo, what do you say?
Fresh moo juice makes my day. Milk, it does a body good. Pass it on.
Milk it does.
Milk, it does a body.
Milk it does a body good.
Pass it on. Pass it on.
The night starts ordinary with forever friends. It's extraordinary. Here's Plushy Tail, Cozy Tail, and Snowy Tail too.
Each sold separately.
Powder Tail and Rosy Tail came to see you. All dolled up with forever friends, making long tails always makes us smile. Looks so right with forever friends, 'cause now we're all dolled up with style.
Plushy Tail comes with everything you see here. Other Forever Friends sold separately. New from Kenner.
We'll return after these messages.
Four batteries not included.
Hi, my name is Teddy Ruxpin. Can you and I be friends? I really...
Everybody out!
Then, one day, we found an old treasure map.
Teddy Ruxpin comes with illustrated book and cassette from Worlds of Wonder.
Kellogg's Rice Krispies, the part of this complete breakfast that goes... Kellogg's Rice Krispies. Have you heard how good they are?
We now return to the real Ghostbusters.
We'll return after these messages.
Breakfast with my Fruity Pebbles.
Tricking Fred out of his pebbles is always an adventure.
Uh-oh, the natives are restless.
I'll save the pebbles.
Big Rock Jones!
Tastes fruity-licious.
Barney!
Time to get into the swing of things.
Post Fruity and Cocoa Pebble cereal, part of this nutritious breakfast. Yabba dabba delicious.
A new racing team is shifting into gear. Mask.
Pull over, Bullet. Uh-oh, got a bit of iguana on my tail. Bulldog, prepare to assist.
Mask vehicles each sold separately with a figure.
Hand over the bike or feel my blade. Engage hover mode. We're going fishing.
Mask,
Bulldog, fire!
where illusion is the ultimate weapon. Mask, Bulldog, Iguana, and Bullet each sold separately. New from Kenner.
Give me an X. Give me an O. Give me tic-tac-toe. Wherever I go, it's X's and O's. Makes me feel so hungry for my tic-tac-toes. They're so tasty. Chef Boyardee's.
Tic-tac-toes.
New tic-tac-toes, a good hot meal. And when you get 3 X's or O's on your spoon, you win.
Thank goodness for Chef Boyardee.
Tic-tac-toes.
With and without meatballs.
You know when you see 'em, those 3 musketeers.
All right, remember, stick to the game plan. Right. Point 1, make them come to you. Point 2, never look hungry.
Oh, they're so big on chocolate. Yeah, chocolate after here.
Let's not forget point 3. What's that? No, when points 1 and 2 aren't working.
It's hard to keep 'em under wraps, those 3 musketeers.
There's magic in the air and surprises everywhere.
Hard nuts out of the way. Here we come. Move over.
Adventure here, action there. Catch the Ewoks if you dare. Today.
I thought I'd tried it all. Then one day, new Hostess Chocobliss. Whoa, check that super chocolatey icing.
Awesome! Ooh!
Hey, whipped chocolatey cream inside.
XO!
2 Devils food cakes. Come on, how chocolatey can it taste?
Want some?
New Hostess Choco Bliss is chocolatey on top of chocolatey with chocolatey in between.
Yow!
New Hostess Choco Bliss is triple chocolatey out of control.
Yeah!
Grandpa, tell me the Sunkissed story again.
Ah, the magical land of the Sun-Kissed Factory. And only their sweetest and juiciest oranges ever wear the Sun-Kissed name.
Hey, guys, what you listening to?
Pop music. Snap, crackle pop music.
Can I listen too?
Sure, just pour the milk.
Snap, crackle, pop, talking just for you.
That's some sound system.
Kellogg's Rice Krispies, the talking part of this complete breakfast.
Rice Krispies is always music to your ears.
M&M's peanut chocolate candies. You can share them. You can shake them. You can get outrageous with them. 1 snack packet free at Rice Krispies.
What's up, everybody? Thanks for hanging out with us. Over on Twitch, what's up, Zwar? Thanks for joining. I was just looking at that. I'm like, man, I need to change that that intro. That's mainly for my video game stuff. It really doesn't make sense right now. So, if you're not in the anime games, sorry. But Hey, I just saw over on YouTube. So thank you, Tracelyn and Jackie Swan. You've become the first members. I appreciate that. It supports the channel. I'm working on a few things. I don't have a whole lot of emojis made just yet. I mainly imported ones from my Twitch channel and my other YouTube channel, so I'm going to draw some original ones. I need some Florida Man and airplanes and whatever else I might be able to put together. But yeah, honk honk everybody. Hey John. We've got a bunch of people still here. Celeste, Lady Aviator, Gracelyn, Snark Bark Hark, Celeste, Joy, Teresa, and more. Thank you all for joining. Thanks for hanging out with us today. Just got a little snacky snack on my way up. And to set this up. How's everybody doing? Anything funny? Funny going on? I turned this on last week and I was like, man, I need to cut my hair. And I have not. This is like getting out of hand. Gotta fix it. Yeah. So, Lady Aviator. I'm not a gamer or an anime fan, but enjoy Jay's humor and his dual commentary. Well, thank you. I'm not a huge anime fan. I'm barely a gamer anymore, so I need to update that intro. I was thinking that the other day. Thank you, Jackie. I really appreciate that. MLC81. Hey there. How's it going? Love the intro commercials. Thank you, Jackie. Switch over here. Sure everything's set up. I was using this to record, so I want to make sure I don't have anything set wrong. Melissa, we need a wear bitch. Please, please, please. Yeah, I'm really going to look at that. Tracy says, I'm in a serious relationship with my air conditioning and fans. It's currently 111. Holy crap. I saw a pic of a coffee table made from VHS tapes and it looks like a Pac-Man board. I thought of you. Oh, thanks. I would be into that. There's somewhere... gosh, where was I at? This was like, I mean, gosh, this was probably like 10 years ago. I was at a flea market. And it was a very dirty place, but I was just kind of walking around and somebody had a, they rented out like the full-on storefront at this flea market, and they had a literal mountain of VHS tapes. Like, I don't know how they expected anybody to sort through that and buy anything. It's like they just dumped them in the middle of the room, but it did make me think. I was like, if you needed some VHS tapes for decorating purposes, that would have been perfect. Yeah, that's pretty cool. Yeah, we had a ton of VHS tapes. Whenever I found those commercials, it was at my parents' house. I can't remember. They were moving stuff around, and my brother and I came up, and we opened this storage cabinet, and we were just like, holy crap. It was just like probably 50 VHS tapes, if not more. It could have been, it may have filled up a whole like contractor bag. So we kind of went through them. I mean, some of it was stuff that was worthless, and or stuff that we, you know, had purchased again on DVD. So we were just like, we don't need this. So we, you know, made a big Goodwill donation thing. But then we had a ton that were just like the black tapes with no labels. So we had to go through them and make sure we didn't have anything cool on them. And I found a bunch of old Saturday morning cartoons, and that's where those commercials came from. That's, you know, actually from the cassette tape I used back in the day. And then we found a bunch of other ones from the 90s, like during peak WWF wrestling. So some of those commercials are absurd also. I keep meaning to get copies of those as well. Almost like I was visiting a few weeks back, and I was like, oh yeah, I need to get those, and totally forgot. But next time I'm up there, had my fave old VHS tapes transferred to DVD. Yeah, so especially early on, that was you kind of had to do that. I think I talked about it on another stream that I wanted to watch the Monster Squad. If you're not familiar with it, I mentioned it in one of the early videos I did on this channel. That Monster Squad was a kind of like the Goonies, but they went after Universal monsters that were like terrorizing the town, and it had gone out of print. Like whoever had the rights to it just wasn't producing it, so I had to look and look. And I didn't have a VHS player with me at the time, and I was like, how does this not exist on DVD? And I found somebody transferred it to DVD on eBay, so I ended up getting it that way. This was right before video piracy was super prolific. Of course, now they know that everybody, you know, how popular it is, so that one's pretty easy to find. It's been re-released a million times. I don't have a way of transferring them, but didn't have the heart to throw them out. They're pretty easy to transfer now, but it does require buying, you know, a piece of computer equipment. So it depends. If you have more than one tape you want to transfer, although I say that now, it's like it's hard to. It's kind of hard to have a disc on your computer or a disc drive on your computer. I have an older one, but yeah, you can get a capture, like a little capture, a USB capture thing, and plug it up to a VCR and just, you know, hit play and record, and that'll make a digital file of it. Honestly, it's similar to how I stream. It's almost the same software, which, well, I say that you could use this software to transfer. It's a little, I don't want to say complicated, but, you know, once you know how to use this, it's pretty easy. Sunshine says, I didn't have cable as a kid, so when I would babysit, I'd record hours of MTV on VHS to watch later. That's very smart. I still have some of them buried in the back of a closet somewhere. Yep. Sometimes there can be things on these old VHS tapes that people are like, I forgot that existed. Like, the biggest video on my other YouTube channel for years was a Fruity Pebbles commercial. I don't know if it was something that just disappeared or if it only aired for a little while, but I still get views on that one to this day. Yeah, Celeste, I hate when your fave movies can't be found or not re-released. I'm still searching for some. Streaming online's not the same. I love a real collection. Yeah, when I started using Netflix a lot, and then when that was my primary thing, I was like, oh, well, it was cool when they had DVDs because they had everything you wanted, and I knew some of that stuff was hard to find, so they're at the tail end of my DVD subscription. I think I bumped it up to like 5 or 6 discs a month, whatever the maximum was, and I just ripped through my queue and made copies of everything that was hard to find. But yeah, it's best to have if you can get the actual disc, that's the best way. We have a lot of TV shows and stuff, and I have like a little, it's ancient, but I have like an old media server. Gosh, I've had it for forever. I think I got it in like 2008. It's amazing that thing still works, but I have upgraded the hard drives over the years, so we a lot of stuff that's hard to find, or even stuff that we've bought, we rip it to that hard drive and we can watch it on all our TVs, so we kind of have our own streaming service. And honestly, that's the way to go now. It's like streaming's just turning into cable TV again. Because when you add them all up, like if you get, let's say you get Hulu, Disney, Netflix, Max, Peacock, whatever else, I mean, you're getting like in the $100 territory again. That was the whole reason we hated cable. So I'm back to where I was. I cut my cable early, relatively. I mean, you know, before it was trendy, I guess, because I mainly watched old stuff, and like David's saying, I mean, you know, DVDs, you know, that was the perfect way to watch everything, especially TV shows. And if it was something old, it would be on sale at some point. Like, I think I bought, I mean, multiple box sets. Like, I know I've got Futurama on DVD, like, up until the, you know, the series revival. And it's like when I'm watching all this old stuff over and over, I'm like, why am I paying for cable? So I just got DVDs, and it just kind of evolved into putting them on my network drive. That way I've kind of had my old streaming service, and I found a hack way back in the day too. So this was in this probably won't work anymore. This was way back in Virginia, and gosh, the cable company Adelphia, if anybody remembers them, they kind of went under because of their horrible behind the scenes conduct. But that was, you could get like a cable internet bundle, like a promo, and I found this out by accident. Just the place I happened to move into, I was like, well, let me get cable and internet because it's cheap. I'm like, I'm not going to really watch TV, so who cares? And you know, I think the promo lasted like, I don't know, 1 month, 3 months, whatever it was. And as soon as the promo ended, I'm like, okay, I'll keep the internet, just turn the TV off. And they're like, okay. So they did that on the bill, but they never physically disconnected the cable TV. So I didn't even realize until, you know, weeks or maybe, you know, a month or more later, I'm like, oh, I still have TV. And then I realized if you just do that, they don't actually send somebody out to turn your TV off. So I lived in multiple places where I kept doing that, but at the same time, I never watched cable TV, so it's not like I was really stealing anything. But yeah. And yeah, Snark Bar gets sick. I spent so much on streaming services and I still have cable. Yeah, like our kid doesn't really, we've never had like regular TV, like cable TV. So if we go on vacation or something in the hotel, just like, you know, we have normal TV on and she sees all these commercials, she's just like, this is terrible. I can't, like, how did you all handle this? Like, I don't know. I guess commercials were more insane, so they were entertaining at least. But yeah, yeah, I think a lot of stores are like reducing their DVD footprint. Like they're not carrying as many. And I think sales are down, like way down. I know a few places that, you know, they sell like used video games, used movies and stuff, and gosh, they quit taking in DVDs years ago. Like that used to be one of their big revenue streams. A couple of mom and pop places I know, and they're just like, nobody buys them. Like they even had them priced at like $1 a disc, and people still wouldn't buy them. So I think they sold them all to like a flea market guy and just got out. But that was a while back, so now we're kind of coming back to the, I think people are realizing that the digital services, you don't really own anything. And that's what I've always been afraid of. Like, well, even music, I mean, I don't really listen to anything new, so I haven't bought anything in forever, but the majority of stuff, if it's something I really like, I still buy the CD. And I'll rip it into iTunes or whatever, but I still have the CD. I'll pull it out, rip it into my computer, and then seal it back up, and then put it in I've got a big storage case just full of all my music. Still have a lot of cassettes too, but I've somehow acquired digital copies of those cassettes from other means, and possibly Napster. Yeah, physical media is cool. It just takes up space. Anyways, I've rambled quite a bit. Let's see, make sure I'm caught up on the comments. So yes. Yeah, Shell, same with the games on Xbox, can't rapid download. Yeah, funny enough, like, again, you know, people I know in the video game store, they were telling me that, so if you're not familiar, like on the Xbox side, I do have a video game channel. Most of my stuff's old, so I still kind of, you know, keep up with game things, but, so Microsoft has their Game Pass. It's almost like Netflix for video games, and most people are totally, and I understand, I mean, they've got tons of games, so a ton of people do the Game Pass, and it sounds like the majority of people on Xbox, at least in this one area, they just do Game Pass and they don't buy games anymore. So that store is pretty much given up on carrying Xbox games. So it's kind of wild that we're at that point. But yeah, the games are so huge now. Like when I try to buy those on disc as well. But I mainly play old stuff. So by the time I get around to buying stuff, it's, you know, 10 or 20 years old. So it's not too hard to find. But yeah, Wonder Woman. I used to love making mixtapes for friends back in the day. Yeah, it was kind of like early piracy too. Like a little life hack I figured out. I had it was my dad's old stereo. I had it in my bedroom, and it had pretty much everything on it. It had it was one of those big bookshelf setups. So I had 2 big speakers, and it had a vinyl record player on top, and a dual tape deck and a radio built into it. So I copied some vinyl that way. I mean, there wasn't a whole lot. My dad had some, but the thing I would mainly do, or it had a radio tuner built in along with the tape decks. There was a radio show on Friday nights where you could make requests. So if there was something I wanted, like a single, I would call in and request it and just hit record on the receiver. So I would make basically make radio mixtapes. It was crude piracy for back in the day. Let's see, Celeste. Stopping DVDs, CDs, etc. is manipulation of the market. Vinyl albums are big, again, expensive, but getting more popular. You can't beat having these tactile experiences with reading, viewing albums and movies. Yeah, I mean, the same store I was talking about, they, I think they're mainly video games, but vinyl records are like their number 2 revenue source now, and I think like vinyl's been the main way of, I guess, however they track charting on the music. So like vinyl's been the number 1 physical seller since past couple years, I guess. I don't know what year it took over CDs, but yeah, vinyl's on top again, and they look cool for sure. I don't know. I've inherited some vinyl. I don't think I've ever actually bought any vinyl on my own. I just too big for me, but I still buy CDs. I see Zwar over there on Twitch. How's it going, man? You doing all right today? Before I get into the news, I know most everybody's watching on YouTube, but if you ever use Twitch, I'm going to shout out my buddy Zwar here. See what he's been up to. I hope pause this just one sec. I hope I don't play anything horrible. Let's see what he's been up to over on Twitch.
Hey, dude. You're a fucking killer, man. Hey, thanks, man. I appreciate it. That's fucking awesome. I appreciate it, dude. You're chilling. I'm having a good time, man. That's all I can say. I just get up there and have a good time, dude. I'll tell you. Exactly.
Oh no. What a bad influence you are. Recording yourself drinking. Nice. This is my friend Zwar. We go way back. He's over on Twitch. He streams pretty often. He's cool. Check him out sometime. But, sorry, I got mixed up. So yeah, Snarkbark. Yeah, radio mixtapes with dual tape deck. I think I still have a few. Yeah, I still have some of my cassettes. I know I have some of my mixtapes. I ought to put those in and see what's on them. And yeah, when the DJ talks through the song, it's like, shut up, man. And Celeste says, I had to wait for my favorite music on the radio, and it was a skill to hit the record button just right. You'd wait all day listening for for your favorite music. And Jackie, I still have my own original vinyl collection. Yeah, people, vinyl's gotten pretty big again. My brother's really into it. Like, he's got a ton of vinyl. My dad had a pretty decent vinyl collection. I mean, he still has it. He doesn't listen to it, but, you know, I think I transferred. Actually, yeah, gosh, it's probably like 10 or more years ago. I think one Christmas was when my brother really got into vinyl. I got him one of those USB turntables where you could convert the vinyl into MP3. Which I thought was cool, but he actually just listens to the vinyl, so I don't think he ever really recorded it that way, but hey, it's a cool option to have, I guess. Because there was some, I can't remember, some of my dad's stuff. There was some obscure stuff you couldn't stream or find online anywhere. But I mean, now it's like freaking everything streaming. And again, I don't really listen to anything new hardly, so I have all my stuff, you know, ripped to iTunes and synced to my iPhone, and they're just in storage somewhere. I actually had to re-rip my collection at some point because originally I had a mini disc player, so I just had a bunch of like little mix CDs for that, and then mini disc went under. And I was like, oh, okay, I guess I do need to go MP3. And I originally had an iPod, but I had it like modified so it would play the open source codec Ogg Vorbis. If you've ever heard of that, it's not used a whole lot. So I ripped my entire music collection as Ogg instead of MP3 because it was technically better, but turns out nothing supported it. So I had had a hard drive full of like Ogg files, and then I was like, I don't have anything that'll play this other than my computer, so I basically erased that hard drive and re-ripped my whole trunk full of CDs. It was very annoying, but I think I've been using the same MP3s for like probably close to 20 years now. But yeah, and occasionally, you know, buying the new CD and just ripping it and putting it on. That's been, I don't really buy much digitally, music-wise. I mean, because you can either stream it or, you know, it's like, what's the point? Especially if it's old. I mean, I've done that a few times. I think there was, what was it? Something I lost. Or no, something I heard on the radio. I was like, oh yeah, I want that Foreigner song. And then I was like, well, it's like, at the time, I guess it was like $2 on iTunes, and I'm like, I could probably buy the CD for not much more. And sure enough, I found a used copy of the CD for like $3. Yeah, I'm just like, yeah, I'm not buying digital. So you wonder what vinyls of people's favorite artists work, or make for great gifts, even for those without a player. They look cool and bring back great memories. Yeah, I mean, for sure they do look cool. They're not really for me personally. I'm not throwing shade at them. They're just big. So I'm cool with my CDs, but yeah, I mean, vinyl. I mean, if you want to have, you know, sort of like a poster or just something physical to hold, I definitely see the appeal. So I'm trying to think. I haven't bought a CD in a while. I think. I'm trying to remember. I think the last CD I bought was actually the Black Sabbath farewell tour CD or whatever it was. But yeah, that's true. Some music does kind of get lost. So yeah, Celeste is mentioning. Sorry, my chat jumped. But I mean, in general, like, sometimes there may be versions of songs that don't exist anymore. You know, kind of like how some people want the original Star Wars and it's only on VHS. The weirdest one, I think they did finally re-release it. Let's see if I have it here. Probably the weirdest CD I own and still have to this day. Yeah, here it is. I could not remember the name. This one's so oddball. Like, I didn't even, like, know I was getting this. Oh, I didn't know there were videos on it. I need to put that thing back in. So if you remember Surge Soda, the green, I guess, proto-energy drink, which was a delicious yet overly sugared soda. So this came out in 1998. I remember I was still in high school. I think I bought a 12-pack or whatever size it was at Walmart. And, you know, as I needed my fix, so as soon as I put it in my car, I opened up the case, and I was like, there's a CD in here. I was like, that's weird. And as you can see, it's just kind of what was popular that summer, I guess, like Fatboy Slim and Third Eye Blind. I mean, this is nobody I actually listened to, but there was that David Bowie song, I'm Afraid of Americans. And for some reason, when that got popular, you could only get the 9 Inch Nails remix, and I wanted the original, and this was the only time I'd heard the original, the David Bowie version. And when I was switching over to the digital, I could not find this song anywhere. And then I was like, I think I still have that Surge CD, and I had to go through my CD case. I'm like, okay, cool, I still have it. So I ripped it. So I still have it in my iTunes. Like, it still has that friggin' soda packaging logo on it. And I still have this CD to this day. Like, when I visited, not recently, but when I went to my parents' house, I don't know, within the past year, I dug out, like, I have some of my stuff I don't have the cases to. And actually, this one didn't have a case. It was just like a cardboard sleeve. So it's in the CD case that was in my car for forever. And I've just hung on to this, and so I could listen to that David Bowie version of I'm Afraid of Americans. Let's see. Oh, this actually has values of CDs, so people have paid up to $30 for this. That's crazy. Anyways, that's a very weird tangent. Let's see, Wonder Woman. Jay, what's your most favorite concert you've been to? I have actually not gone to a whole lot of concerts. I'd say the biggest one I've been to, which I liked way more than I would have guessed, was Blue Man Group. One of my friends had tickets, and I can't remember what happened. Like, he was going to go with his girlfriend. Either she couldn't make it, or maybe they broke up. I don't remember what the story was now, but he's like, "Do you want to go?" And I was like, isn't that the Vegas thing where they're just painted blue and do silly stuff? I didn't know what it was, and so I went in not knowing what to expect, but it was actually really cool. And he had front row freaking tickets too, so we had to have we had the full on tarp on us and everything. So as you can see here in the photo, like, the paint drums didn't splatter us. So that was pretty cool. I mean, it's not like I go around listening to that a lot, but it was a cool show. The band I guess I've seen the most. Whoops. If you're familiar with them, they're actually from Virginia as well, but they have gotten a little bit of notoriety over the years. Is Guar. They look horrific, but they're actually pretty silly. But they're a metal band. They're dressed up like space monsters and spray crap all over the crowd. but they're unfortunately the lead singer passed away about 10 years ago, and they have not been very good since. But I saw them a few times with the old lineup, and that was fun. And I think who else? Who else have I seen? This was with Guar. This band's a little bit newer. I think they're based out of California. Necrogoblicon, they're really cool. I mean, they're just regular dudes, but their manager dresses up like a goblin, and he's their hype goblin. They're pretty cool. If you're in the metal. Sorry, I lost my chat window here. Get caught back up, sorry. Tracy, we used to get songs from the back of the cereal box. I had Sugar Sugar that way. That's true. It was an oddball thing, but there was, what was it? It was when Ghostbusters 2 came out. That was probably one of the biggest ad campaigns, well, probably the biggest ad campaign I'd seen as a kid. That was like when Blockbusters were becoming a thing. And they actually had Ghostbusters cereal. And I remember specifically that one had, I mean, so let me look. When did Ghostbusters 2 even come out? I feel like, I guess vinyl was still a thing, but cassettes and CDs were definitely the norm. Was it? Okay, it was 89. Okay, that was really when like Batman and all that were really promoting the crap out of stuff. But yeah, so it was the Ghostbusters cereal. It had like a printed vinyl version of the theme song. Now I want to see if somebody's got a photo of that. But it was printed on like a black piece of like vinyl paper almost. Let's see if somebody's got a picture. It's just the weirdest thing to me. Yeah, this. Yeah, this guy's got a picture of it here. So they released the Ghostbusters theme on a cereal box. And then it sounds like they did it with other stuff, so if you got Sugar Sugar that way. But I had it on, I had a very small record player, and you had to trim the, I see that cut there thing, so you had to trim that so it would fit on your record player. Oh yeah, I remember, we had that Hardee's cup for forever. Probably became a health hazard. I remember like the imagery was like almost totally faded off of it. It was in our cabinet. I don't know why we held onto that cup for no reason. Anyways, yeah, so it's probably the weirdest piece of music I've ever had in my possession. Just based on the format. See, Tracy says popular in the 60s and 70s. Let's see. Sorry, I'm going back here. I missed some of the chats here. Lady Aviator says, Jay, I don't miss CDs. Always felt I got ripped off because 2 or 3 songs would be great and the rest were songs from previous albums. Yeah, that was definitely a problem, especially, I'd say like in the late 90s especially. They, I mean, they called them filler tracks. Like they'd have their, their hit single or whatever, and then they'd put, 9, 10 tracks or whatever that were just forgettable. Let's see. They're talking about covers and stuff. Yeah, Trace. So some remakes are good, but not always. I have a cover playlist in my iTunes. I like covers that are completely different genres, like when Johnny Cash covered Nine Inch Nails, or I've got metal covers of like Dolly Parton songs. Stuff like that makes me laugh. See, Sunshine, Nine Inch Nails, Manson Before the Makeup, and Jim Rose Circus Sideshow was one of my first concerts. That's cool. Yeah, I actually like the early Marilyn Manson stuff. I like Lunchbox, but then he got silly. And Wonder Woman. Awesome. I took my daughter to a Blue Man Group a while back. I had no idea what I was getting into. My daughter was a percussionist, so I bought tickets for Front Row Mayhem, and it was awesome. Yeah, that seriously though, that Blue Man Group show, I ended up, ironically, I ended up buying the Blu-ray because that concert was so cool. Like, they had the biggest band. They had like freaking 5 guitarists and 2 drummers. It was crazy. And let's see, yeah. So Wonder Woman is slow. Records from cereal boxes. So, yeah, it wasn't a CD. It was actual vinyl. I'll pull that. Let me pull that picture up one more time here. But it was like super thin vinyl. It wasn't like stiff. It was flexible. It was something they printed that would work on a vinyl player. See if I can enlarge it. This is came in a book. But yeah, there was Ghostbusters cereal. I guess this is the biggest picture here. It's like Ghostbusters history. So yeah, here's the cereal box. And I think it was inside the box when you opened it. It was just like, I mean, when you got it. I mean, I got the cereal just because I just wanted the cereal. But yeah, it says free inside collectible movie mystery record. It was just the theme song, I believe. Where is the... I'm trying to find a good photo of it here, but I mean, it was basically like a sheet of paper. It was like black plastic, and somehow the record player could read it. But yeah, it's a very, very odd piece of nostalgia. But they did put CDs in the boxes at one point. I forgot about that. I remember they had like computer games and stuff. But yeah, that one was just like a 45 record, you know, just a single. And you had to trim the plastic off so it would spin in the player properly. Interesting. I remember when cereal had toys and you had to dump the entire box in order to get them. Yeah, I ate a lot of cereal as a kid. I definitely remember that stuff. But yeah, I mean, that vinyl record was odd. I mean, that was 1989. It's not like CDs had fully like gone mainstream yet, so it was like, I don't know. It was the tail end of records, I guess. I don't know the actual sales history, but I think as a kid in '89, I was probably, I mean, what little music I had was cassette at that point. Anyways, done a lot of chit-chatting. I guess we can get into the news. Talked a bunch, so I'll do some, I'll do a couple stories here. Let me find my favorites. I'll do my favorites, and then maybe we can do some drawing. Yeah, I've got some silly ones here. If I don't get to them live, I'll probably record them offline later. Let's see, Wonder Woman. What did you think of Ghostbusters 3? I actually liked it. It wasn't great, but I mean, it was better than the. I'm trying to think what the Answer the Call Ghostbusters, the all-girl Ghostbusters one. That's not because I hate women, but it just wasn't that good of a movie. It was okay. I mean, even that one was all right. I didn't hate it, but it wasn't great. The newer one, I'm drawing a blank. What was the new one called? Afterlife. Yeah, I like that one. I watched it when it was new, and then I think when we went to the UK, either coming or going, I saw they had Afterlife playing on there, and I watched it again. I liked it. I mean, it relied a lot on nostalgia, but I thought it was pretty good. I want to see the new one. I heard it didn't get a great reception, the Frozen Empire, but I'm a big Ghostbusters fan. I liked the 80s cartoon. I watched that a lot. It still holds up. It's pretty creepy. I'm shocked that made it to TV for children. If you go back and watch it now, that first season or two was a lot of nightmare fuel. They had to tone it down. Like, they actually had to tone it down. They recast people and changed things so it wasn't so scary. But yeah, and I've got a bunch of Ghostbusters comics too. They had a lot of good ones in the 2010s. Let's see. Still talking about CDs. Joy Smith. I have the black CD by Metallica. Yeah, the Metallica black CD. I think that's right when. That was right when I started buying CDs. That could have been the first CD I bought. It was the first or second one for sure. I had the other Metallica albums on cassette, but I remember I got the black album. I think it was like not long after I got my first CD player. I had that rigged up so like crappily too. Like I had that same what I was talking about when I make those radio mixtapes. I had that bookshelf speaker system, and I had a portable CD player, but I didn't have like a dedicated one because those were expensive at the time. So to play CDs on my stereo in my bedroom, I bought one of those car converters and stuck it in the at least initially I'd stick it in the tape player and I'd play my CDs that way until I got the right adapters and I could use the auxiliary port. Let's see. Yeah, Wonder Woman. Yeah, the guest appearances made Ghostbusters 3 better. I'm glad they were able to put, even Harold Ramis. It's a little macabre the way they got him into the movie, but at least they paid a little bit of tribute. Yeah, hello. Hey, don't worry about the alarm. I know it's early, but thank you for being a laboratory assistant. Do more stuff, and I need to look. We may have some more emoji slots. I want to do the ones that are in there currently. They're just let me see. That's funny. Speaking of Harold Ramis, one of my emojis is Harold Ramis. It's Egon from Ghostbusters 2 with his deal with it face. But from my Twitch channel, I do want to swap some of these YouTube ones. This isn't a game channel, so I want to swap these out. I want to draw some original art. I think we'll have some Florida Man. I may keep the Harold Ramis one though, because I love that look. I keep getting sidetracked. Let's see. We'll do a few news stories. And maybe we'll draw a picture. Give me 1 second here. Let me just make sure all my stuff is set up correctly. Not quite royal. Hey, don't worry, man. Thanks. I don't mean like man, but don't worry. Thanks for showing up. Appreciate you hanging out with us. It's an artwork. I have all Metallica on vinyl. That's awesome. I don't know if I even have all the Metallica albums. I think I stopped at the Black Album. Load and reload are okay, but I kind of checked out. I was more of a Megadeth fan, although they kind of went downhill around the same time. Joy Smith. Everyone was shocked that I love Metallica. I look like I was a teeny bopper, which I was. Yeah, I've had a bunch of roommates, like, when they hear my music or see my collection, they're like, dude, for such a calm dude, you listen to the angriest music. And I'm like, oh, that's just how I stay calm, I guess. I've always been a metalhead. I started listening to hair metal. That was what was big when I was a kid. Like, you know, like literally like 3rd or 4th grade. That was a thing. And then when that faded away, it kind of just, I think it's where I've kind of found Megadeth and sprawled out from there. Metallica. And then heavier stuff like Slayer. Anthrax. Let me see here. I'm gonna stop the music. And actually, sorry, let me fix one thing real quick. Just remembered my power went out. It always messes something up. Okay, now we're good. Let's see, Graceland, do you remember 8-tracks? Yes. Trying to think. We did have an 8-track player. We had a couple 8-track players in my parents' house, and they had some. They mainly had vinyl, but my grandparents had this weird, almost it was almost like a jukebox looking thing. Now I want to look that up, see if I can find something similar to what they had. It was very odd, and it's probably still around somewhere. It was like a stand-up player with a big speaker on the bottom. It didn't full-on look like a jukebox. It was more kind of like this thing. Actually, funny enough, it may be it looks very similar to the player my dad had. Well, I don't know if it's 8-track in the bottom or not. I don't think it is. But yeah, I'm thinking back. Yeah, my parents' house, there's still 2 8-track players there. They're not plugged up, but one of them's like a big piece of furniture that had the speakers hidden. But yeah, the one I remember at my grandparents' house, it was like almost like a jukebox, kind of like this. It wasn't commercial though. It was just like it had like a radio and it had the 8-track buttons. And you just pop it in and play it. I remember playing with it as a real little kid, but I never had music on 8-track. Yeah, Teresa. Yeah, hair metal to thrash metal. That's pretty much how it went. In different types, spread out. Grandpa had an 8-track player in his car, and they made him cool. I'm trying to remember, I didn't see many 8-track players in cars that I recall. I mean, I think by the time I was around, it was mainly cassettes, but I do feel like one of my grandparents, I think they did have a car from like the early 70s that may have had an 8-track player in it, I think. Let's see. Snartbrook, I'm inheriting a mother of pearl jukebox that plays blue records. Google it, it's monstrous. Okay, let's see what that is. Let's see. Is it this one? Gosh, that is monstrous. If that's right. Wow. But yeah, everybody's talking about the 8-track players in cars still. I was looking at old cars just out of curiosity, and some of them, I'm trying to think how I even came across this. I think I may have actually seen it on the Techmoan channel. There's a guy on YouTube. He's in the UK. His name's Techmoan, and he shows a lot of old technology. And I think he showed like a really early adapter. It was so you could play. I think you could play cassettes on 8-track somehow. But that led me into looking at other stuff, and they make, if you have an 8-track player in a car, somebody does make a Bluetooth adapter. I remember coming across a few of these. Yeah, here's one disassembled here. It's kind of hard to see, but yeah, a few people. So like Wonder Woman's asking, she says, I remember my dad's 8-track player, we didn't play it. Do 8-tracks have tape inside like a cassette player? And yeah, the 8-tracks did have tape inside. I believe, I'm not well versed on 8-track, but well, like the name implies, there's 8 tracks. So I think you can kind of see it here. I think this is a Bluetooth adapter, but it has the tape head, or the head would touch the tape. And I think on each side of the tape, there were basically four lanes, 4 tracks. And depending on what button you pressed, you could pick one of those 8 tracks. So people, similar to like the cassette adapters, they've made adapters for 8-track. Oh yeah, here we go. This is the, so if you had an 8-track stereo, this is a cassette adapter. So you would set the cassette in sideways and put it into the 8-track with the tape head in the back there. Can't remember how I came across that. I've never had a use for that. I don't have any 8-track stuff that I actively want to use. But it's a thing. I was going to read news, but I'm having fun just talking about nostalgia here. Let's see, Lady Aviator. Wasn't there something between 8 tracks and cassette tapes, or did I imagine that? Yeah, so there may have been another tape format that didn't take off. Yeah, I don't know a whole lot about 8-track. The tapes are pretty big, I know that. And I don't know if it was on every stereo, but the one I vividly remember from my grandparents, like it had the actual track buttons on the front of it. So it had like 1 through 8, like each was its own button. And, or yeah, Sunshine's explaining here. So you could choose the track. Of course, it depended on where you were at in the cassette. I think they played at the same time. So this is purely a guess here. So if somebody has more experience with 8-track, correct me. So I think as it would play, like track 1 would go across, and then when it switched to track 2, I guess it would play the other way. It may have been on the other side of the actual tape, but you could, the one that my grandparents had, it had all 8 buttons on the front, so you'd select the track. So yeah, technically cassettes were a step back. They were way more portable. Like, you know, the Walkman definitely changed the way music was listened to for sure. And later on, I mean, it was, by that time CDs had taken over, but I remember some cassette players, you could actually pick the track, like it had a skip track button, but it didn't work perfectly though, because I don't think cassettes, at least most of them, they didn't have like track markers on them. So it would, I think it would listen for silence. I remember I had a friend, somebody in high school had one in their car, and I thought it was odd. But you could hit next track and it would fast forward until you, I guess until it found a blank spot. Maybe some of the later tapes had track markers, I don't know. I remember it was a thing, but it didn't always work. And that was like, at that time, like most people had a CD player anyway. But yeah, the Walkmans were really cool. I had a very cool Walkman, and I do not know where it went because I would love to pull that out and play with it because I still have cassettes. Like I had probably got my Walkman in like I mean, I had some junky ones when I was a kid, but I had a pretty nice one when I was probably, I don't know, 12 or 13. And it had, a radio built in and a tuner. I think it had like dual headphone jacks and stuff. It was pretty fancy for the time. I mean, nothing outrageous, but, we're talking about more formats here. Oh yeah, Wonder Woman. This is, what were those large discs that look like thick vinyl records, but they played movies? They came out after VHSs, but before DVDs. There were two things. Yeah, Laserdisc was, that may be what you're thinking of. Laserdisc was just it was like a vinyl-sized CD almost. Pull it up on the screen here. So yeah, Laserdisc player. All right, here we go. Here's a picture kind of showing the scale here. So there's a CD on the right and Laserdisc on the left. I'm trying to see if I can enlarge it. These were around for a while. As you can see right here, like 1978. They kind of started to get popular late 80s, early 90s, I think. I had an uncle that had one. He's the only person I recall that actually had one new. My brother got into collecting them because, I mean, nobody wants these hardly other than hardcore collectors. Yeah, like right here, of course, it's not like it's a prime example. Land Before Time 4, it's $5 on eBay. If you go to like flea markets and stuff, you can still get them pretty cheap. My brother got a couple of, I think he mainly wanted the original Star Wars. I guess it's like the best copy. I think it's the best copy you could get before the remastered versions where they added all the CGI. But there was another one. There was something before Laserdisc. Gosh, what was it called? There was a vinyl. An actual vinyl video. It was like C-disc or something like that. Because I think it came in a cardboard sleeve. I do not remember what it's called. Here it is. CED, that's what it was. I didn't know what that stood for. Capacitance electronic disc. So yeah, these, I'm trying to remember when these came out. I've seen these. I've never actually seen a player. Like, or watched one in use, because you kind of slot them in. It's almost like a combination of a cassette and vinyl. Or, well, kind of like mini disc, because they were in these protective sleeves that were made out of cardboard, I believe. They may have been plastic. But yeah, they were like basically vinyl video. I don't know if they ever really caught on. I think by the time they came out, Laserdisc already existed, so they were kind of dead on arrival. Gosh, they're expensive. Friday the 13th on CED, it's $50. Maybe it's just maybe they've just jacked the price up. Here's one for $30. Then, well, I say that here's another one. Part 3 is $115. But I think these were very problematic. Yes. Oh yeah. Sorry, Wonder Woman. I'm so sidetracked by media nostalgia. So yeah, let me switch to the news. I'll do some news here. Make sure my audio is set the right way. One second, just gonna move some stuff around on my screen. Yeah. Nothing beat listening to cassette tape when the batteries are dying. Sound like your cassette player was summoning demons. Yeah, I had an old tape player that would do that. Alright. Let's do at least one or two stories. And then we can goof around. I believe this one came from Jen. Alright. Okay. Hello. Thanks for joining us. This is Dr. Bad Vibes, and we've got some news. Got one that was sent in by Jen. So, a Florida Karen, and sorry for anyone whose name is actually Karen, I feel for you, is knocked to the ground by a man after she started swinging at him for filming her car park altercation with another shopper at Publix. So, we'll go to the video, but let's see what happened here first. So, this is an instant karma story. A Florida Karen was hit with instant karma after she was knocked to the ground when she became upset at being filmed while arguing with another woman in the parking lot of a local supermarket. The woman, who has not yet been identified, was filmed by a local content creator known as WTF Broward, or Broward, okay. Broward, who operates in that county and has more than 43,000 followers. The video first sees the man hearing two women arguing by their cars just outside of a Publix in West Palm Beach. Yeah. Oh snap, we got beef over here, he teases as he walks closer. Hang on, words hard. Oh snap, we got beef over here, he teases as he walks closer to where the action is. Although the argument is hard to hear, it appears the Karen had parked in a disabled parking space despite not having a disability. That's some rage face there. Oh, let's see. We got a gallery. There's probably not much to it though. Anger, pointing, threatening to punch. So she threatened to punch him if he didn't delete the footage, and she wound up flat on her back. All right, let's get a little more context. So the second woman can then be heard chanting, "You're going the hill, you're going the hill. You started and your kids are too. Thank you. You made my day. At least I'm not dressed like a slut," she taunted. Okay, that's wild. So the man filming is then spotted walking over to both women, one who yells, "Put it on YouTube. We got beef, old lady beef at Publix," he chuckles to himself while continuing the film. So just as it appears the argument between two women is dying down, the Karen spots the man filming her and walks over to walks over. I'm gonna just change that because I've never heard that word. Remonstrate. The Karen spots the man filming her and walks over to remonstrate to him. Uh-oh, he mutters into the microphone. "Erase that," the Karen demands while making a grab for his cell phone. "Lady, are you crazy? Effing erase that or I'll punch the F out of you," she threatens. And it looks like she found out what happens. So she threw the first punch, ended up flat on her back. The man attempted to deflect the threat of violence. "Hey lady, you're crazy," he said once more, but by this time, she had had enough and turns around to punch the content creator squarely while attempting to grab his cell phone. But it doesn't end well for the Karen as she receives a dose of instant karma. In the next frame, she's seen lying flat on her back on the asphalt of the parking lot. "Effing move, bitch," the influencer says. "No, you can't hit me." So let's see. So that's pretty much the end of it. She, threatened to call police. I don't know if anything happened, but let's see here. Let me go back to the video and we'll see the comments. Let's see. That's not it.
Hey, Houston. I think
That's not it either. That is a commercial.
I'm gonna sell insurance.
Here we go.
Lady, are you crazy? Whoa. Lady. Hey, lady, you're crazy. Lady. Lady. Move, bitch. No, you can't hit me. Yeah, call them. You hit me. I got you on camera hitting me. I
don't know. Oops.
You know how it all ends up being a blur?
I don't know about that. I mean, she did hit him. So, I can't feel too sorry for her. He probably didn't need a full-on punch her. But she did hit him. She asked for it. Probably could have just shoved her and gotten the message across, but oh well. So as we heard him at the end, you know, call him, you hit me, I got you on camera hitting me. And the people commented, man, she went all in, 2 fights in 2 minutes. And I guess the main thing is, other people pointed out, she's in a handicap spot and threatens everyone. She needs to lose, well, I don't know if she needs to lose some teeth, but I mean, you know, you don't want to take a handicap spot from somebody that may need it. And the last comment, he dropped her ass and she got up screaming 911, but she started it. I mean, that's true. She started it. He finished it. He wasn't really involved with it. Let's see. Let me go back and chat here. What do you all think? Let's see. In all fairness, no one should be filmed without their permission. Filmer's as bad as the filmee without adding fuel to the fire. I mean, to be fair, yeah, he had nothing to do with it. He wasn't filming it to help the person being, you know, initially verbally assaulted. I don't think he just wanted YouTube content. You know, mess with the bull, get the horns. And yeah, I mean, it's hard to. I mean, obviously he pushed her or hit her, and I don't know if she flopped or he actually knocked her down to her back. So, you know, it may have been a bit extreme, but yeah, I think everybody was in the wrong on this one. I mean, I'm sure we've all run into situations where we're like, hey, we should probably film it because we don't know what's about to happen. But, you know, if you have a channel that seems to follow people around and goad them into freaking out, maybe you're not in the right. So, I don't know. Don't be a butthole and pervert. Don't be a butthole and. It's so hard to talk. Don't be a butthole and. Let me get a sip of water. Don't be a jerk in public. Just be a person. And yeah, it's not always right to be recorded, but if you are in public, unfortunately, yeah, you know, you could, you're in danger of being recorded, as annoying as that may be. But that's why I don't like being in public. Another reason I don't like being in public, I guess. Leave me alone. Let's see. Oh yeah, here's one. We got through that one pretty quick. I'll do 2 more stories, then maybe we'll draw a picture. Hello, hello, hello. This is Dr. Bad Vibes. We're going back to our roots again. We got airplane news with one of our... Actually, we haven't talked about American Airlines. Mainly been Delta. So let's see what American Airlines has been up to. American Airlines flight is forced to make an emergency landing after a passenger exposes himself and urinates in aisle. Flying is fun. An American Airlines jet was forced to make an emergency landing after an unruly passenger allegedly exposed himself before urinating down the aisle of a plane. So the perpetrator was a 25-year-old Oregon man who has not been named, and he was arrested after the plane diverted course from New Hampshire and returned back to Buffalo, New York on Wednesday. He was charged with indecent He was charged with indecent exposure and was released after appearing in a Buffalo federal court. Did he not make it to the bathroom? The passenger reportedly told police he had drank several whiskey and colas before boarding his flight. That's how these stories always start, huh? So, American Airlines said after the lewd incident that the plane was able to restart its journey from Buffalo after the passenger was removed. We thank our team members for their professionalism and our customers for their understanding, the airline said in the statement. So, according to the reported criminal complaint, the passenger said that he got up to use the jet's restroom when the issue occurred. He said he was returning to his seat when he suffered a medical urination problem. The travel chaos came as millions of Americans prepared to celebrate the 4th of July holiday, with up to 32 million jetting across the nation to be with family and loved ones throughout the week. It came the same day a Delta Airlines plane was also forced to make an emergency landing after dozens of passengers were served spoiled food. Okay, so that's a link. We will be saving that one because that sounds horrific and I need to read it. Anyways. Is this just going to just totally go into that? Oh, okay. We're just totally in a new story now. All right. Let's just keep going. So now we're talking about Delta. Apparently the pee story's over. We're in spoiled food territory now. Is there no video? Anything? No, that's the news. Some dude peed on a plane and they had to land it. It doesn't really go into any more detail. So his medical urination problem was apparently pulling his pants down and peeing in the aisle. I don't know what that emergency could have been. All right, so we've got a twofer here. So let's go to the Delta flight. So it was traveling from Detroit, Michigan to the Netherlands when it was diverted to a JFK airport early Wednesday morning after it was discovered that a portion of the in-flight meal service had been spoiled. So one seemingly frustrated passenger from the flight took to social media asking how the airline was going to get me to Amsterdam today after it had to divert because he served passengers contaminated food on the plane. Delta apologized for the inconvenience and delay, and medical crews were on site to meet the aircraft and treat any affected passengers and crew members. Delta teams will immediately work to gather information on how this incident occurred. This is not the service Delta is known for. This is the same airplane that had the poop blanket. And we sincerely apologize to our customers for the inconvenience and delay in their travels. And the airliner reportedly halted some meal options from its flights after the incident. So I guess that's all there was to that. They served some bad food and they realized they messed up. Hooray, holiday flying. Let's see if there's any more context here. Okay, here's a little bit more context to the spoiled food plane. I like that we started with a pee story and now we're talking about rotten food. What a windy road we have traveled. Let's see. So it sounds like in terms of the meal, it was provided to 14 passengers and 10 flight crew, all who declined to receive medical attention. So it must not have been that big of a deal. Travelers were provided with hotel rooms and transportation and said that all will be rebooked to continue their destination. So it really doesn't say much else. We got a number of the people. They all, so 10 flight crew, 14 passengers. So they were served spoiled food that didn't seem to affect anybody. And they were understandably annoyed that they don't get to make their trip to Amsterdam. I don't need hotel or food vouchers. I need to arrive to Amsterdam. It sounds like that's not what they got. Yeah, that's an oddball one. Honestly, if it was just like, hey, you ate something old, do you want to go to the hospital or you want to continue your vacation? I'll pick the vacation, please. I'm just checking out with chat right here. Yeah, I'm going back. So, Tanya, I have a disabled parking sticker. Most times the spaces have cars in them that don't have stickers. That's annoying. I was traveling recently, and I mean, I don't have a sticker, but luckily it was super late. I was I just got gas, and I just pulled up to the spot right in front of me. It was not very well marked. Well, it actually wasn't marked at all. Like, typically, at least in the US, you're supposed to have the, you're supposed to have a symbol in the space itself. They had a tiny sign that wasn't clear which spot it was, so I parked and I got out and I was like, oh, I parked in a handicap spot. And I was like, I don't want to be the asshole, but I just got out. All I'm doing is buying a drink. So I ran and got my drink and left. Luckily, I mean, it was like almost midnight, so it didn't matter. Nobody was there, but still, I felt bad. I never park in those. Celeste, that bloke just did a Gerard Depardieu. I don't know what happened to him. In fairness, he peed in the bottle. Let's see, Tracelyn. I think I remember that. There was a reaction video to the Am I the Asshole post. There was one about a lady who lost her leg in a motor vehicle incident. She was called an a-hole for taking off her prosthetic to show she was disabled. I mean, that's fair enough. I mean, I don't think you need to show proof. Especially in the US, I mean, with HIPAA and everything, if you have the sticker or the placard, whatever, who's going to argue over that? You don't need to show me that you can't walk or you're missing something. That's crazy. Like, the proof of disability is the sticker itself. You don't need to remove body parts or show things to prove it. Give me 1 second here. I'm going to save these news stories because I have some more I haven't added yet, but I do want to draw something. So any drawing suggestions, I'm definitely open to hearing. Let's see, switch my program here. There we go. In Australia, if you have the sticker, that's all you need. No proof needed. Yeah, I mean, that's how it's supposed to be here too, but some people are nosy, I guess. Like, I'm sure it's similar. It's like a whole process. You can't just get a sticker. In most states, it's like you have, I guess you have two options. In most states, if you own the car, you have a specific set of license plates, that have the indicator on it. It may vary state by state, but all the ones I'm aware of, you have an actual disabled symbol on your license plates. You can get the placard that hangs on the rearview mirror too, in most states as well. I guess if you don't actually own a car, or I guess it's an option, if you just want it for whatever vehicle you may be driving. But it's just like you go to the DMV and you just fill it out, and it's not hard to get, I don't think. I think you may have to have at least a letter of medical necessity or something like that. See if I can do this, tear my desk apart. Oh yeah, it probably helped if I actually plugged it up. If you're not familiar, this is on my computer right here. I've got, everyone wants to wear, bitch. Okay, we'll do that. So this is my very old drawing tablet. I mean, very old. There's no screen on it. It's literally just a tablet. Let me make sure I've got everything hooked up here. Oh yeah, there's a bit of a software glitch. Where is... One sec, I gotta find a USB port that's open. Totally messed my camera up. Okay. Is everything working? Yes. Oh yeah. I forgot. Let me turn on a little music so it's not awkwardly silent. Yeah, let me switch back to the comments here. Okay, I have no idea what a werebitch is. Learning the more you know. So that came out earlier on Jen's stream. I don't remember what we were talking. Oh yeah, the generational curse. That's what it was. There was talk of a generational curse, and I was like, I said something like, what Van Helsing thing was going on. Like, I was immediately thinking vampires and werewolves. Make sure I've got my drawing. I have all my pens on this computer. Time. I found these just in time, by the way. So, like, this drawing tablet is ancient. I don't want to switch it. I think this one's okay to just use one more time. If you can see the, maybe out of focus. This nib is about worn down on the pen. Luckily, I was cleaning out a closet the other day. I've probably had these for like 10 or 15 years. I've got all my replacement nibs. I had a bag of computer junk. Let's see. I'm trying to think. What would... How would you draw a werebitch? I was gonna Google. Let's find a reference photo here so I can start. Mangy, old-looking werewolf. Let's see. Oh, I like it! Thank you, Tanya. I really appreciate that. Thank you for the super chat. RoboCop is one of my favorite movies, so I actually do say that a lot in that voice. Trying to see. Okay. Let's say we gotta start somewhere. So what's the non-werewolfy part? Try to make her look somewhat normal. Or the transformation. Readjust here. I haven't drawn on this thing in a while. It kind of messes with you if you're not used to it. Werewolf in a red dress. There we go. Alright, I can make that. The dead shark eyes. Fit this way. Kind of annoying. My chat box is not staying where I can see it. Make sure she's messy. Don't miss the huge vein. Oh yeah. Definitely do that. Vein. Teeth. Hey, thanks for hanging with us, Jackie, especially late. Appreciate it. At some point I would like to upgrade possibly to a tablet that's got the screen integrated with it. I think that would actually help. I can still draw pretty, I mean, compared to what I can normally do, I can do pretty decent on this, but it's not as good as pen and paper. I mean, I guess I could set up a camera above me. I've done that before. Stream actual paper drawings. Alright, so I guess we've got the, let's do it like a, I don't know, like a trench coat, whatever's going on in this photo. I'll start this. Wherever's going. It's a weird looking jacket. So let's have the before transformation. The inverted nipple bits. Must have missed that one. So I'm just getting a new reference. Here we go. Okay, let's say here's the before. So there's a werewolf. We need some kind of moon. I'm tempted to strip draw butt, but YouTube may not like that, so I got an idea. Let's do the saddest man in the moon. Catch what I'm doing. Alright, let's get some little red. Orangey red. There's her moon. Oh yeah. I guess I didn't make it wrinkled. Let's see. Yeah, wrinkles. Make sure the new one's a little more wrinkled. So there's her moon. His moonbeams. Snorbart, are you on Twix? Yeah, I may have put too much hair on it. I'm on Twitch. All right. So this is the before. That is before the moonbeams hit. Here, let's make sure we know it's a transition. the vein gets bigger. Yeah, the moon has too much here. Okay, I'll go back and I'll fix the moon. Yeah, it's on Twitch as well. Oh, Twitter. I am on Twitter, X. Me. I don't really use it though. Put my socials up here. I think it's the right command. There's some of the other stuff I have. This thing had a little more texture to it. I don't use it as much as I used to, and it's really weird going back to it. Need a bigger screen. Snarling and spitting some. Let's see. Well, thanks. I'm glad you all like it. I need Jen's library of photos. I know what I'm trying to draw. Okay, here we go. I was trying to find something. Here we go. That's what I was looking for. I couldn't remember what that looked like. Got the wrinkles. The claw. Oh yeah, we got the claws. Let me go back. Did do too much hair, I forgot. But we can fix that. It's our happy little accident. It's our secret. Oh, I need to buy an afro off of Amazon when I do these. Well, as long as it doesn't get me canceled. That's not why I want it. Oops. Doing that with a mouse, I totally slipped. There we go. Oh yeah, I guess we do need to make those hands a little more violent. Put some claws on them. Well, my daughter just walked through the room and said, "What are you watching, Mom?" Some middle-aged man draw of some crazy woman. While video game music's playing. Let's see. I hear Jen's walking around. Let me get her. See if I can get her in the chat real quick. Let's see here. Get her opinion. See if she's around. Needs a snout. Oh yeah, I didn't think about that. Needs a snout like a wolf. Yeah, I might need to refine it. I'm kind of just drawing this, like, I'm literally shooting from the hip on this. I might need to see what else I can do, something a little more detailed. Hairy body. That's funny. I didn't think about that. Yeah, we could put a little... Let's just do a couple of hairs. Let me see if I can get Jen on here to look. I think she may be doing something with the kid. Well, I think a little hair went a long way. I think what else do we need? Oopsie. Wrong window. Start clicking around my drawing here. Oh yeah, wolf ears. Didn't think about that. Pointy gremlin and wolfy ears. What else do we need? I'll save this. Some chest hair. Okay. I was leaving it skinny and bony, but yeah, I'm with you on the chest here. Let's see. I can not mess it up. If Jen joins, can you ask her how to say my name? Definitely. Is it? Now I'm worried. Am I saying it wrong? Philippa? Here we go. Chest hair. Philippa. Hey, Grace. Yes, this is the werebitch, the transformation. So we have Philippa. Okay. Sorry if I've been saying Philippa. Sorry. Philippa. I say it enough times, I'll remember it. Yeah. So this was the first draft of the werebitch, as we joked about. I'll have to show it to Jen and get some feedback. We'll probably change it. Maybe I can do something, I don't know. So honestly, something I would like to do is if I can, if I'm doing these memberships, I want to try to give something out. Something I would like to do is either stickers, I mean like physical stickers, or you know, even just digital, something like wallpapers or something like a digital download, or if you want a sticker, you print it out and mail it or something. I just don't know. Logistically, I don't know how to do that. So that's, I literally just thought of this last night. There's a couple of like artists I follow that do that. So I want to see how they handle that. Hey Tanya, thanks for hanging out with us. I appreciate it. And thank you, Wonder Woman. That means a lot to me coming from Wonder Woman, because I did want to be a comic book artist at one point. So how does one become a member? It's the same as Jen's channel. Depends on what you're using. If you look on the bottom, like the on the chat bar. It's the where the super chat is. At least it should be. Say that. I don't know if I see it on mine. Or it may not give me the option because it's my channel. But yeah, the member button's the join button on YouTube. It's on the little dollar sign. Oh, if you're on iPhone, yeah. So iPhone, you have to pull it up on a desktop browser. You can do it on the phone. You just have to go to YouTube and Safari or Chrome, and you know, if you're on the phone, you can request the desktop version and then go to the YouTube page. It's pretty convoluted, but that'll take you to it, and that'll unlock the emojis. Or if you have a laptop or a computer of some sort, if you navigate to the YouTube page on your computer while you're logged in, you can see the join button, and that'll link it up to the mobile app. It's something they had. Tim Apple wants his cut. Thank you, Jackie. Yeah, I'll save this. I may do another pass at it, and or I will do another pass at it, and I can share it out somehow. I guess the easiest way, I can send it to Jen, and maybe she can put it out on Twitter. Or she can retweet me or something. We'll see. See how we can share it. So I guess for right now, that's kind of all I had. I'm going to save those news stories. Save the news stories for next time. I just wanted to draw a little bit, hang out for a little bit. It's fun talk. I spent way more time talking about old music and video formats than I meant to. But I hope everybody still had fun. I appreciate you, especially people that stuck around from the beginning of Jen's stream to the end of mine. I'm probably going to end it here because I want to get something to eat and do a few things. I may have to run some errands before work tomorrow. But it was fun. I like hanging out. I want to do these more often. I like doing them Sunday night, and was doing them Thursday nights. If I could keep doing it, I want to at least do it once a week. If I could do these twice a week, that'd be awesome. So I'll have to see how I can make that happen. But actually, real quick before I leave, possibly add beige. Yeah, I can do the beige real quick. Let me give me 1 second here. Get a good beige color going. Let's see. Lighter. I'm doing this a little haphazardly here. But I will keep working on this. I'll draw over top of it. I'll do a more detailed revision and color it. Maybe we can share it or something. Sorry, I'm not staying in the lines. I'm doing this kind of quickly to give you the idea. Also using my mouse. It's definitely not as accurate. See. I think Jen just saw my text. Oh yeah, Jen's going to jump on, so let's... Let's see what Jen says. She'll be on here in just a second. Bahaha, holy shit was her reaction. So she actually jumps in the chat. But let me, sorry, I'm got sidetracked here. So yeah, thanks to everybody that joined as members. I really appreciate that. That possibly unlocked some more slots. That's what I was trying to see here. Oh, wow. 1, 2... Oh, no, sorry, it's the wrong one. Let's see. Okay. No new slots yet. We need 2 new members. That's not me asking, but I've got... Let's see, how many was it? 4 slots? Yeah, I've got 4 emojis. Like, the 4 I have right now are basically placeholders, so... yeah, I'll take some silly stuff like this. And we'll, I'll take some silly stuff like this, and I'll make some of my own emojis. I want to draw Florida Man or something like that for sure. Yeah, need to make Wear Bitch wider and no cleavage. Yeah, I just kind of doodled these out very quickly, so I want to... The transformation actually kind of made me laugh, so I want to refine this, do a more detailed version, and maybe we can find a way to share it. Let's see. Sorry, I'm going back in the chat now. So yeah, Jackie, thank you. She's been here for all 3 lives. It's been a lot of fun. Well, thank you for hanging out with us. Yeah, I was just about to get off, and I texted Jen a second ago. She just saw it, so I wanted to make sure she saw this before I mean, I'm going to save it, but I wanted her to join in with her crew. I figured she would like it. Let's see. Teeth. Need teeth. Secret signals. But I think that's all I got for tonight. I really appreciate everybody hanging out in the supers and joining everything. I mean, just being here chatting. So, yeah, I'm gonna redraw these a little more detailed, a little cleaner, and we'll find a way to share them. You know, worst case, I'll definitely show it on my next stream, but I'll put it out on Twitter or something when I make a final version. But I think that's all I got for tonight. Again, thanks everybody. Thanks for hanging out. Everybody, as always, I appreciate just hanging out and chatting. It's great hanging out with everybody, reminiscing about 8-tracks and vinyls. But yeah, I'll end it here. And if you haven't, please subscribe to the channel. I've been trying to have videos up every day. I'm going to keep that streak going. Silly news and maybe some more drawing. I do like drawing on stream. This may be the way to go. And Philippa, thank you. I'll say your name right now. But everybody, take it easy. All of you in Texas and the surrounding areas, stay safe.